Hi, in this video I'm going to show you why I believe you should stay away from Vertnext. Now I got some red flags that I found that I want to show you, and I also want to talk about what you should really know before you start delving into anything with the stock market. There's a lot of information you need to know and should figure out, and also an alternative that I found to be the best way to change my lifestyle. And first of all, this thing is all about, he's the only guy that talks, and it's all about making millions online. And he claims here this Vertnext had invested money in the world stock exchanges and has only lost once in 4 years. Well, that's a pretty strong claim, and absolutely is a big red flag, because that just doesn't happen. And this clock, it runs down. He also talks about you got to get in quick or you're not going to be able to get in. Well, I can refresh this page, which I'm not going to do because it'll just take your time and mine. It'll start at 11:30 or 11 minutes and 30 seconds, and that's counting down, and it won't go anywhere. But the big thing that I found was these testimonials. Now I found, I think not her. Anyway, I took screenshots of these people, and I found 3 of them on the internet on Google image search. This gal and these 2 guys. Now what I found, oh boy, don't go big on me. What I found was, well, this gal here, she's all over the internet in an image that people use. Companies use these images for their ads. And here she's used for Microsoft used it. Now that's one of them. And this guy here, he does all he's to Shutterstock, images, Shutterstock. That's all pictures out there that people use. So they are not real people that gave real testimonials. Here's another one. So of those 3, they're all, these people just went out and got images and created their own testimonial. That's huge. And there's a program that I use to investigate the brokers that are attached to these options. And this one is Bloomdex. License is not a licensed broker. And when I first saw this name a while ago, it brought to mind Bloomberg, the big media guy in New York's previous mayor and billionaire. And so it kind of gives you like a comfort feeling, because he wouldn't come and do scams, would he? Well, that's not him at all here. Anyway, this is scambroker.com, and they investigate brokers, and they found that this particular Bloomdex is not a licensed broker anywhere. They're not in England, they're not in the CISEC at Cyprus, and United Kingdom here, the FCA. They're not licensed. And if they're not licensed, there's no control at all about where your money's going. You invest with these folks, and you may never see your money again. In fact, you could end up owing because you'll lose. And you just keep putting it in there, and it's just insane. And that's what they're all about. A lot of these places are just, I hesitate to call them scams, but I don't know what else to call them. They're just not, I don't like it. I did penny stocks personally, and it's similar, kind of. You got to just figure out if the stock is going to go up and down at a certain, but you got to watch it all the time. And these guys have an automatic algorithmic thing that they say is going to trade for you instantaneously. It's a computer program. Well, I'll tell you what, if you don't have hands-on, anything in the world that could go wrong will affect the stock in a millisecond, and no computer program in the world is going to be able to keep up with that, because they go on history, not what's happening now and in the future. You can't do it. They can't program the future, or like right now. And that's how the stock market works, right now. There's 5 things that you need to do and learn in order to trade successfully on the stock market, which can happen, not always. You need to have a mentor first. Number 1, have a mentor so that you can be tutored into how to do this stuff. which is number 2, to have a strategy. And by the way, be prepared to pay for the mentoring, because they have spent years in working on the stock markets and placing investments in the stock, so they know what they're doing, and they're not going to give their knowledge away free. That's just not going to happen. So your mentor is going to help you with a strategy, which everyone needs on the stock market. Good strategy in order to trade successfully, not on autopilot. They're not going to suggest that. They just won't, or they'd be doing it. And indicators. What indicators are? Number 3. You need to understand what the indicators in the market are, such as stochastics and or stochastics, I guess it is, and Bangovans and candlesticks. And if you don't know those things and how the market is fluctuating through those indicators, that's what tells you how things are going in the past. Again, it's not now and it's not in the future. It's the history of the market. And anything could happen, which is another thing you need to understand, is how the market works in relation to this stuff. And number 5 is what can affect it in world events, wars, earthquakes, volcano going up, and political actions, anything like that. That'll affect the stock market in a huge way, and it'll happen in a millisecond. And if you are not fully there with your hand on the key, you still might miss it then, but at least you could, slow it down if you hit it right before it really crashes. Wherever you have your money, a computer program isn't going to act that fast. So anyway, that's the 5 things you need to do. And I have some links down below where you can look at the SciSec, and you can look at the CFTC, our own in the U.S., who regulate these things, regulate the brokers. And that scambroker.com, I'll have a link for that if you want to look at that. That's huge. They have a huge list of brokers that are unregulated that these people use. And there's a couple articles on Investopedia, like Wikipedia, but it's for investors. And I strongly suggest you stay away from this. Just too many red flags. Why wouldn't they put real people up there if they were real? And again, all the other ones I've found anyway. I went to affiliate marketing. I did the penny stocks, like I mentioned. I do have long-term stocks still, but that penny stock is still the same thing. It's just nerve-wracking. You got to constantly be on it. You have to watch it all the time. Just like binary, if you're not doing it on your own without the knowledge, it's just nerve-wracking. And it's your money. Your money's in there. It's important, and you have no control over it, or very little. And that's why I went to affiliate marketing, and that is absolutely the best that I have found, because I control everything. I control what I do. The product is already there for me to use and learn and take care of and put out there. And there's very little investment, far, far less investment than any other business. And it is a business. So you're in business for yourself. You can have the advantages of being a business owner as far as your taxes are concerned, and what you have to spend on it and all that stuff. You know how that works, and you've heard about it, if nothing else, about how businesses have the breaks. And, well, you have them. That's just the way our monetary system is set up in the U.S. for sure, and around the world, free market world. So I went to affiliate marketing, and I'll leave a link down there below so you can look at that. And I strongly urge you to do that, because again, that's the best value that I have found for my time investment and where I put my money and get my money back. And being retired on a limited income, I have a very strong interest in expanding that income and not just kicking back and hoping for the best, because my income from my Social Security and my retirement is affected also by what goes on around the world, and particularly what laws the U.S. are putting about now. And stuff is starting to roll, so I want to take control, and I encourage you to do the same thing. So with that, this has been almost a 10-minute video, and I didn't intend to go that far, but I hope you have value. Please leave a comment, and some of the comments you see will be from some of these people, because they leave comments and they encourage you to go to a different offer, and they're just You know, that's just the way they do. They're battling us people that are trying to tell the truth about these things. At any rate, have a great day, night, evening, wherever it is in your world, and I will catch you on the other side. Thanks.